What it do? What it do? We back again with another one on your head top. Yeah, I see this video on TikTok. I was like, gotta react to it. Let's get into it together.
You be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. Bitch, you better start lying. Bitch, that lady called me and said, ma'am, I said, yes, ma'am. She gonna say, what's your address? I said, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 3, 4, 5 months. I have nothing. My family won't let me stay with them, ma'am. I'm starving. While I'm kicked back in a motherfucking 3-bedroom and everything, living lovely.
Oh my god.
Then she gonna say, ma'am, what's your job title? I say, ma'am, they won't hire me anywhere. I don't have no job. I've been putting application after application. It's just like nothing work. Yeah, that lady was on the phone. She said, ma'am, I'm so sorry for all of this that you're going through. She said, we just shipped your card out. You should have about $1,000 on your card from last month and this month, and your balance and your payment every month is gonna be $300. And bitch, I was like, thank you so much, ma'am. Like, you just don't understand how hungry I've been. Let me tell y'all something. This was wrong with y'all. I know y'all mama ain't tell y'all. Bitch, you don't gotta tell everybody the motherfucking truth. Baby, when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps?
This is why I agree with Trump. Donald, that brother Donald is J. Trump. This is why I agree with him getting rid of food stamps. Because there's a lot of people, I would say more people than not, that's taking advantage of Section 8, food stamps, all this free housing. I think it's more people that's taking advantage than people that actually need it. Because most people that's on food stamps and getting Section 8 and all these government assistance, they are healthy people of sound mind and body, which means they could get up and get a job. I know a lot of chicks that's on Section 8. Nothing wrong with them. They ain't handicapped. They not crippled. They not illiterate. Nothing. They just got a baby. They in a 2-bedroom paying maybe $200 a month, $300 a month. And that apartment probably cost about $2,000 a month. And they paying probably $300 a month. And they refuse to get a better job because the minute you start making a certain income, you got to pay more rent or they take it away from you and you got to pay the full rent. So there's people that will keep themselves at a poverty level, below the poverty line, to keep getting government assistance. Like, I didn't know nothing because I'm originally not from here. So I didn't even know nothing about these. I've never had food stamps, government assistance, Section 8, for nothing. I've always worked and paid all my bills in full and paid for my food. Everything I've ever gotten in life, I've worked and paid for myself. My parents never been on it. Nobody in my family's not on that. So, because that's just not what we just go work and go get it. We not gonna, because it's just common sense. So for you to get it, you have to be at a certain income level, which means you got to be under the poverty line. Like, you got to be struggling. The minute you start elevating a little bit, they either take it completely away, or you got to pay a majority of the rent, or whatever benefits you get, and it goes away. Because it's not meant to, it's not like a crutch for you to just use to live lavish while you're making a bunch of money and you still getting government assistance. Because if you're making a certain amount, you don't need the government assistance. So nobody in my family qualifies for that. But my homeboys, I know a bunch of homeboys. They mama, she had 4 babies. All of the motherfuckers live food stamp, Section 8 shit coming in at the end of the month. I didn't know nothing about none of these things. I was like, what the fuck? Section 8, food stamps, what is that? Bro, for 3-bedroom, you paying like $300 a month, $400 a month. I was like, this thing, I couldn't believe it. This was insane to me. But there's a lot of people that's living off the system. My homeboy, his girl, some chick he dealing with, she on that shit. You know what I'm saying? and she's like, I think it's a 1 bedroom. I'm not sure, but she recently just got it, paying like maybe $300 a month or something like that. The apartment alone is like over $2,000. She can't afford that. And I was telling them the other day, I'm like, bro, why does she don't get a better job? Or, and I'm like, oh, if she get a better job, that means she's gonna have to pay the rent. So a lot of people get stuck in this poverty, and they pass that shit down to their kids, like Section 8. I know people who've been living in an apartment since like the 80s, and the rent is probably like $700-800, and they refuse to move. Like the original person that owned the apartment, they gone. They pass it down to their kids. Their kids pass it down to their kids. Like they keep this apartment in the family for generations, because the minute you move out, the rent is gonna go through the roof. So say the rent is $400 or $500. The by now at this point in time in 2025, the rent for that apartment will probably be like $2,000, $2,500, almost $3,000, depending on the neighborhood. But if you don't ever leave and you've been there for 30 something years, they can't just raise the rent on you like that. So you'll be paying a fraction of what the apartment is really worth. So some people, they just never leave. They just keep passing the crib down to every generation after. So they pass down the poverty mindset of Section 8, food stamps, living off the government. So I genuinely believe Trump need to get rid of that shit. It'll force people to get up off their ass, bro. You know how much people I see, healthy young people in their 20s, early 30s, just living off the system, and they refuse to elevate or progress in life because that means they're gonna have to pay the full rent or get off government assistance or stop getting food stamps or getting free shit. That shit is insane to me. I couldn't live like that. I have to keep myself poor to keep getting free shit. No, like, why don't I work my way up to where I could afford to buy my own shit, and who knows, one day I could fuck around and be very successful. I could be rich. Who knows what my future holds. But if I'm gonna just keep myself at this level to keep getting some food stamps and a cheap apartment, that it's not worth it to me. But some people, that's just the mindset they get. And most people on food stamps is women, and getting Section 8 is women. It ain't men. It's mostly women. So if Trump get rid of that shit, bro, a lot of these women out here, they're gonna be homeless, dog. They're gonna be homeless. I don't know what they're gonna be, but they're not gonna be able to afford that rent, especially if they got multiple kids and getting God knows how much money in food stamps, probably hundreds of dollars a month. It's women who will have more kids to get more money in food stamps. They don't even care about their kids. You know they don't care about their kids because a lot of these chicks out here murking their babies. So you know they really don't care about their kids. They just trying to get some free shit. But I'm telling you, if Section 8 and food stamp go away, you will really see who's really a deadbeat. Because they always talk about dudes as, man, they'll be deadbeats, niggas ain't shit. Woo. Bruh, food stamp and all that shit go away, you going to really see who's the deadbeat and who really not. Because a lot of these chicks, they wouldn't be able to sustain. Because the only reason why they sustaining and maintaining this lifestyle that they claim to be living, and a lot of them too, they will have the nerve to say, oh, I take care of my kids, and I do this for my kids, and I do that for my kids. No. I take care of your kids. Because this is taxpayer dollars. So the people who paying taxes is the ones who taking care of your kids. You don't take care of your kids. But there's an update on this video. I think they found...
that I got on TikTok telling y'all about the food stamps. Do y'all remember that time I got on here and told y'all about the food stamps?
Yeah, I really remember.
Why the fuck did they turn my food stamps off? And I gotta pay back $35,000.
Oh my, 35K is crazy. This is wild. Social media is the biggest, what's the word? Basically, people tell on themselves on social media, dog. All day, every day. That's all they do. They can't keep their mouth shut. If I'm making videos, I'll talk about, I'm just reacting to shit, or yeah, that's why I'm just giving my opinion on what the fuck is going on. I'm not gonna get up here and tell on some incriminating illegal activity that I'm doing. I would never. That's insane. I would just do it and reap the benefits. Y'all don't need to know. Or listen, if I get rich, there will be signs. When you see me pull up in a Bentley, don't ask no questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna come and say, I'm doing woo. That's insane to me. But people literally come up here all the time and just tell on themselves, though. Commit crimes, murders, they'll commit a murder and come up here and say, oh, go rap about it. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people. Why would you even make that? When I seen the video, I was like, this bitch is insane. Why would you make a video saying that you finessing the government and getting food stamps and you don't need it? Are you insane? Why would you make that video? What is but it's women, dog. I rarely see men making certain type of videos. They'll rap some dumb shit, but they'll do it in a certain way where if you know, you know. But if you don't know, you just like, oh, it's just a song. You know what I'm saying? They won't just actually make a video saying, yeah, I shot Johnny. Yeah, he tried to run down on me. Ooh, we slid on his block, shot him. We end up clipping his child too. We didn't really mean to kill his daughter, but she just happened to be there. Niggas don't do that. But women will get up here all day, every day, and just incriminate themselves. Why would you make that video? Oh, I'm getting this. Yeah, I better lie and get this money on food stamp. This is what I do. Why? Even if it's a joke. And clearly it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. You would think it would be, right? When you would see it, you'd be like, this got to be a joke. This can't be real. Nobody would just incriminate themselves like that, but it's not a joke. She's dead serious. She was getting food stamps and she didn't need it. And the government, Uncle Sam they call him, came a-knocking. Now look.
They turned my food stamp off and I gotta pay back $35,000. Now I'm fucking aggravated because how y'all didn't know I was playing on here? Y'all just running with shit. But them motherfuckers really turned my goddamn food stamps off and I have to pay them back $35,000. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna get $35,000 from, but I have to pay them.
Why would they assume that you was playing? They know people, especially women, boy. They just incriminate themselves all day. So when they seen, and this is what I think too. I honestly believe this. I don't believe whoever the food stamp people or whatever you call them. I don't know. I don't know what they're called. And every state is probably different, so I don't know. But I don't think those people actually saw the video. This is what I think. This is what I think. I think somebody sent them the video. Because people do that, or people be hating. You think people be hating, dog. Listen to me. You making videos, you doing content. It'll be people you don't even know. They want you dead. They want your mama dead, your kids, your daughter. They want your marriage to fall apart. People hate you, dog. That is real. So I know somebody seen this video and just sent it to the sex food stamp. Like, what? Okay. Email them and boom, within a week, they cut her shit off. Somebody sent this to them. They didn't just I don't think they scrolled on TikTok and came across her video. No. So I think somebody sent it and them people's like, word, alright.
So y'all, watch what y'all put on the internet because everything is not for the internet. And I learned that. Now I'm sitting here stuck.
Hungry as fuck.
And I don't got no fucking $35,000, so I don't know where they think I'm about to get that from. So
let's read just a smidgen of the comments, because these are usually the best part of the day. The comments. God, I'm tired of my taxes going to people who don't need it. Food stamp fraud is no joke. That's Fed Tom. It's almost like actions have consequences. Greed is a deadly sin for a reason. This is why Doge is going through everything, because of this abuse. We call that committing fraud, and it's a crime, not a career path. Now you get an empty buggy like the folks that work hard for everything. Damn, how long you been on food stamps to pay $35K? I was thinking that too, like, damn, shorty, you know how that's like years of finessing for you to owe $35,000. That's not, because on average in food stamps you might get a few hundred thousand. a few $100s for the month, maybe 1,000, depending on how many kids you got, what's going on in these situations. But overall, you get a few $100s for the month, 400 or 500. So for you to owe 35K, this is years and years and years and years of finessing. Let's just say you get $500 a month, right? That's fucking what, $6,000 for the year. That's like, what the fuck are we talking about here? This is what, 10 plus years of finessing to owe 35K? Unless you was getting like $1,000 a month. Even if you was getting $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 for the year. 12 and 12 is 24. Another 12 again is 36. Unless she was getting like if she was getting like $1,000 a month, that's only 3 years. I could see that. If she's getting half of that, that's about 6 years. So, yeah. So it's between, I'm gonna say it's between 3 to 6 years of her finessing, because I doubt she was getting more than $1,000 a month. Because that's what, 35K. That's 3 years. You know what I'm saying? $500, six years. So I would say between 3 to 6 years she was finessing. But they came though. They want all that money back. God damn. Good luck. That's a lot of scratch. But y'all get it. Stop incriminating yourself on the motherfucking internet. The streets don't need to know all your business. This is something that you could have easily avoided. Why would you make a video like this? Like, nobody asked you. Why would you? It's not like you talking about somebody else's situation. Like, I know a girl that's doing woo or such and such. No, you talking about this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm finessing. This is how I'm robbing the government. This is what I'm. It's like, this is dumb. You could have easily avoided this, but some people gotta learn the hard way, and I hope Trump get rid of that shit. This is gonna wake motherfuckers up, and we really gonna see how to separate the sheep from the goat, and who out here really living that life, and who really out here getting it. Because a lot of motherfuckers be out here perpetrating, putting dubs on it, like they living good and they living lavish. And my kids, I take care of my kids. They kids wearing all the new Jordans, the new Gucci's. Oh, and that's crazy. Even my homeboy, he's always say, he's like, bro, all the kids from the projects used to have all the fly shit because they was all off living on food stamps and getting Section 8. And they mamas was finessing, talking about she ain't got no man. Meanwhile, there's a nigga in the house. It's always, that's why they always had to, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. But stay off the motherfucking internet and stop incriminating y'all goddamn self. But that's the end of the video. Y'all know I love y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Y'all know I'll be back to y'all with another one.